Welcome everyone to the Onward VR Master League. I am your host Monorchid, and I'm joined today by my co-caster Theta.
Good evening.
Together we're excited to be bringing you this matchup, Ghost Cell 6 versus Hurricane in Season 10, Week 10. As always, the VR Master League is brought to you by VR Cover, ProTube, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, Cyber Shoes, B-Haptics, as well as you guys. So let's just jump right into it, Theta. What do we got for our first ban?
Okay, for Hurricane, we have Bazaar.
Boom. What do we got for away?
And Ghost Cell 6 is banning Quarantine.
Okay, let me burst that here. Isn't Ghost Cell 6 home today?
Let me see. Yes, you are correct. Ghost Cell 6 is home.
Okay, excellent. So just to confirm, we have Ghost Cell 6 on Quarantine and Hurricane on Bazaar. Is that correct?
Yep.
Excellent. So these are two brand new teams, or not brand new teams, but new teams to VRML since the Quest update. Pretty nice new teams. I know Guardian Sniper a little bit. I'm excited for this matchup. Do you have any thoughts on it?
Well, I feel the same way. I personally like to cast the bronze teams because you see all kinds of stuff that you would not see at the high level, both good and bad. There's a lot of innovation that happens at this level, in my opinion. Sort of the meta starts to grow from the base up. And I was just looking at the stats for both of these bans. It looks like they're both bans for weakness because Bazaar for Hurricane, they haven't played it at all, so I'm assuming that they are just trying to stay away from a map they're not familiar with or feel like they need to work on. And Ghost Cell 6 with Quarantine, they have a 27% win rate. So I'm assuming they just want to stay off of that because they don't feel very good about it.
Makes sense. I'm excited for this matchup, and we're going to get started soon. I'm going to jump into a quick intermission here, guys, and we're going to jump right into the action as soon as it starts, so stick around. Welcome everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started here. Match 1, map 1, Suburbia, the great equalizer, other than Quarantine. Alrighty, so here we go. Pretty standard. We got some defenders moving up, one going next to a white car, one moving up, trying to go maybe onto the porch, lane 2 or 3 area. Kind of the rest kind of sticking far in the back there, trying to just keep a nice defensive line, cover different angles, go prone. Pretty interesting here. One on lane 4, already some action. Captain Thickness and Billy Brickwall both take shots at Squillis, taking him out. Got a little aggressive there, pushing in lane 1. Captain Thickness is going to move forward just a tad here, cover these corners. No one else is really watching this lane, at least that he can see. Yet another human should be able to catch him up if he continues moving forward. Meanwhile, Yankee has pushed forward and taken out.
T-Pon and Vacant are about to have a confrontation in lane. What is this? Lane 2. Don't mean to interrupt you, but they are about to shoot each other. Somebody's going down here.
Let's see how this goes. If anyone makes a move here, Billy Brickwall gets a shot on, takes somebody out there. Yet another human takes out Thickness. T-Pon takes out Yankee. Yet another human. What's going on? Everyone's dead.
And T-Pon just goes on a miniature rampage in lane 2, and he's not even fully dead. Yet another human in a position to defend this objective, and T-Pon has eyes on lane 4. So this is, if you're going to be down, this is one of the better situations and positions to be downed in. You should be able to see around that corner, I would suspect.
They don't even know he's downed yet. Bionic keeps looking over, trying to see where T-Pon currently is right now. And T-Pon, being downed on the ground, like you said, should be able to give out great call-outs to yet another human, which should give him the edge on this 1v1. Bionic slowly moving up. He's just still in lane 4 here, just trying to get, an angle, check all the corners, make sure he can try and win this for his team the best he is able to. Yet another human holding strong, keeping his position. Pretty good position to watch objective as well as maybe catch Bionic as he makes a rotation here in the back of their spawn.
T-Pon was just calling out that he thinks he's in the backyard, and that has triggered a little bit of a rotation from yet another human, but he is not watching behind him very closely. Of course, now that I say that, he is watching his back, and it looks like
they needs to be done.
They are going to be facing off shortly.
He
just keeps watching this line. He will catch him.
Ooh.
Oh!
Nice shot from Bionic. Taking out yet another human, giving Ghost Cell 6 round 1.
That was very close. Just came down to split-second reaction because yet another human was watching that line, but could not pull the trigger faster than his opponent. And just like that, they lose the round.
It was a close one. There's a lot of good moments there, and I think that it could have gone either way. T-Pon just mowing down the opposition, though, right there in the middle of the round there, really shaping up how that game was going to be played.
Yeah, he took out, I think it was 2 in that spot. It might have even been 3. Let me see.
Yeah, he ended up with 3 kills.
He's got 3 kills, yeah. So T-Pon did a ton of work in that lane, and like you said, it could have gone either way there. Just it was one of those moments where it didn't quite go the direction they wanted it to.
I think Suburbia is definitely one of those maps where you really need to be synced up as a team. You all have to be pushing together at the same time. Otherwise, people are going to get shot in the side without any support from their teammates. So it's just kind of a thing you have to think about when you are advancing on Suburbia.
Yeah, it looks like there's about to be pre-fire down lane 3, as is tradition.
Let's jump in here.
There it is.
No one goes lane 3.
Interestingly enough, that worked because Whiplash and yet another human were about to charge into lane 3, and they backed off. Which means
Billy Brickwall and T-Pon trade. Billy is still resable, though, and he's in a great position to get res, so that's going to be a 1-up for Ghost Cell 6 on Hurricane this round. Meanwhile, Squillis, moving up in the center of the map here, Vacant can hear his movements, is in a great position to ambush him, reminiscent of the Blackwatch game that was seen not too long ago.
I think Captain Thickness and yet another human may be...
Vacant and Squillis get into confrontation. As predicted, Vacant comes out ahead there. Meanwhile, Whiplash and yet another human moving up in the lane 4 area. Flash gets tossed out here, or a frag even. Vacant takes out Guardian Sniper, who's only downed, but it's pretty much unsupported at this point. Vacant team kills Billy Brickwall as he went to confirm. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Captain Thickness is holding this line underneath the red car, and he has his laser directly on Whiplash, but he's doing the smart thing and not shooting at him.
That was really interesting play there. Yeah, like you said, he waited so he could try and get a shot on somebody he could actually take out. And he did actually wound yet another human. And now yet another human caught out in the open, taken out by Thickness. Nowhere to go.
2 lane 4, 1
Thickness also has Whiplash, forcing him to keep his shield facing forward. So Bionic goes to the side. He should be able to take him out. Whiplash needs to come around and try and get a res on Guardian Sniper here so he has a little bit more support, but he's getting surrounded. Yankee coming around his side, and he's going to have to try and defend himself here. Currently unsure which way he should be going because they're just going everywhere. He puts a shield on his back just for a second so he can push forward. He's going to push with his shield pistol combo, comes around two-hand, takes out Yankee before Thickness or Bionic can come out and support him. But support his enemy, so the really good work there.
Yeah, he got caught reloading there, but good shield work. He played that pretty smart, but not a lot he could do by himself surrounded by enemies. So good try, but tough situation to try and fight your way out of.
Got a little bit too late there, but it was a really good move from Whiplash there. It was a good try. 3 enemies left. He did his best there. But Ghost Cell takes the round. Doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah, but only 2 rounds in, you really can't count anybody out. We'll see if these guys can see if we can see a hurricane comeback.
Come in like a hurricane. Yeah.
Get out.
I love that song, okay? But yeah, like I don't know, a lot of teams need like that, you know, a couple of rounds to warm up. I definitely know how that feels. So we might see a big comeback. And Suburbia is one of those maps that can be really swingy. It could just be going one way and then suddenly reverse and go another, you know, the completely opposite direction for the other team too. So see how it plays out.
Yeah, we've got the Garage Detective now, and if Hurricane's going to make a stand, I think this is one of the better objectives to do that with, because this is one of the easier objectives to defend. You can really just stack people around the spawn house. As long as you don't get too peaky and push too hard too early, the Volk has the advantage on this one for sure.
Right. I think this one's fun to defend too, but if you start to lose a lot of your members and they start to push forward, it becomes a very capable objective as well once you're down to 1 or 2 members.
Yeah, especially if somebody can come around on lane 4 and get behind the house, and somebody, your last defender is more on the lane 1 side, and get dangerous very quickly.
Very dangerous indeed. So here we go. We got 2 members going into the center house, going upstairs, 1 staying downstairs, 1 staying next to objective there. 1 in the yard in front of the spawn house here, and the 1 in lane 4. Billy Brickwall is pushing forward aggressively towards center house. Flashes are already being thrown by the attackers here, trying to get anybody pushing forward aggressively to stop their push. But no one's there. Everyone's playing pretty defensive for Hurricane here, and yet another human might catch somebody out here, but Thickness was ready for that, and a really nice shot from him, downing yet another human, and maybe Billy Brickwall might get this confirm here. Oh, the grenade gets him. Good grenade confirm from Captain Thickness. He's going to have to watch out here as Whiplash is right above him. And we have at least 2 members looking in towards him. Billy Brickwall takes out T-Pon in front of the spawn house here. And Billy Brickwall just running around, going upstairs to check, but Whiplash takes him out with his AK-12. Good work from him. Now you have this situation where you need to check upstairs and you need to clear, but you also need to watch your back, as people could be shooting you through the windows in the doorway as you try to go upstairs to clear that. And Guardian Sniper might just have a shot on Captain Thickness if he's not careful here. Meanwhile, Bionic Deadlock has pushed forward just a tad onto the APC here. He has a good chance of pushing forward without being seen by the defending team. Squillis pushing forward pretty aggressively in lane 4, and Guardian Sniper not really watching that approach. Captain Thickness takes out Guardian Sniper. Whiplash finishes off takes out Captain Thickness. And it's just up to these two members of Ghost Cell 6 versus these two members of Hurricane who defend and attack this objective. And Squillis or somebody really needs to get across and go back to the objective just in case someone makes it by. But Whiplash does have a great angle to watch the objective. Yankee takes out Squillis here, and now it's just up to Whiplash.
Yeah, the downside is that if they can isolate Whiplash in the middle house, I mean, this is pretty much going out the window now, but Whiplash is far enough away from the objective that if they'd gotten around that, there's a real cap opportunity. But now it's just Yankee and Whiplash right on top of each other at the middle house. This is likely to turn into a gun battle because I don't think Yankee's going to be able to maneuver away from the angle that Whiplash is holding. He's likely just going to confront him in the middle house.
This is the time that you wish you had some sweet utility. A frag in the window could make this whole situation moot, but it looks like all the utility has been used up for Marsoc, and he's gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way.
I mean, even a flashbang would help because you could flash them and then run to the objective before they would recover from it.
He's moving pretty loud here. He's pretty apparent. He's coming. He's peeking up, but Whiplash isn't watching the stairs here. He's going to wait for him to come into the doorway. But Whiplash is coming in really aggressively. Whiplash was ready and takes it, bringing Hurricane onto the board there. Good work by Whiplash.
Yeah, solid defensive hold. Yankee didn't have much of a choice because he had about 2 minutes left, so a rotation all the way to lane 4 or something, which might have given him some leeway, was a bit out of the question by then, and I think Whiplash knew he was there anyway, so he had to confront him, and Whiplash played it smart, held an angle, and waited for that charge, and it paid off.
Yeah, he definitely, I think, made some like question marks in the end there because everyone's expecting them to watch the stairs, right? And by being in the bedroom, you almost like put this doubt in his mind, like, hey, maybe he rotated out of here and I didn't see it or hear it. So it really worked out well for him in that circumstance, for sure.
It's a nice little mind game to play. Using those expectations against them, because he had gotten a kill. He killed Captain Thickness from the staircase. He had shot down from there and killed him in the front living room. And so the natural expectation, like you said, was that he's going to be watching the staircase. And because he rotated to the bedroom, there's almost this pause when something like that happens. You say, wait a second, was I wrong about this? And that's all it takes to get killed.
Getting started here in another round. There was a drop as soon as the match was starting here. We'll see if Ghost Cell 6 realizes that they're missing a member before the timer runs out here.
Looks like they're going to play it.
Yeah, looks like it. Let's just jump in then. Like you said, this is a strong objective, so it's not entirely out of the window that they'll be able to defend this with 4 members up. Pre-fire has started. Going everywhere and anywhere. Shooting lane 3, lane 4. Squillis takes out brick wall in lane 1. Getting a little aggressive there.
And Whiplash pushing up with a shield on lane 4. Same type of strategy he was using the last time he was on Marsoc. Oh.
Watch the right, watch the right, and then gets taken out. Unfortunate. Yet another human pushing up here, trying to get some a position on the Yankee here, but T-Pon was ready for that approach. Takes him out with his M249. Good work. Meanwhile, Squillis is pushing very aggressively onto objective. He just took out Vacant. He is on the white car right next to objective. He shoots a flash into the objective room, showing his dominance. He's going to rush around the corner here. But Thickness was able to take him out, and Guardian Sniper was able to take him out as he tried to get that heal off, and Hurricane is back 2-2.
Well, I think your little song and dance is what helped them out there. The Onward gods decided to show their favor because Hurricane was down 2-0, and now it's all tied up.
There we go. That's what I like to see. That was a fun little ending there, too. I don't know how effective the flash was, but I sure felt intimidated here in the caster seat.
Oh, you meant the flare?
Yeah, the flare. What did I say? Flash?
You said Flash. Yeah, it's all good. But
Darn, the joke is ruined.
the audience all knew what you meant. Yes, I agree. There's nothing that asserts your dominance more than shooting a flare into someone's garage. I do it to all my neighbors regularly so that they all know who runs the neighborhood.
I almost think just throwing your gun at them might be a little bit more intimidating. It just shows that, hey, I don't need this. I'll take you out with my pistol or even my knife, you know? But, you know, the flare is definitely more stylish, so I can definitely dig it.
All jokes aside, the flare will blind you. You don't see it used very often. I think there's good reasons for that, but at the same time, if somebody is hanging out on the objective, you put a flare right where they're defending, he might have been blind that whole time when he was trying to look out. I don't know. I haven't tried that. I can't test that hypothesis at the moment, but that's what I think they were going for, at least.
It was pretty fun. I'll give him that there.
It makes for quality entertainment.
Right. So we got the lane 4 objective, also known as the best objective. This one's quite a fun one. You could see some big rushes going down lane 4 trying to go aggressive from the attacking team, or you could see a more measured approach going across the entire map, getting a nice battle line, enveloping the enemy, and trying to overwhelm them that way, and maybe even trying to eke out a cap during the chaos.
Alright, let's go.
Let's
Careful,
jump
free
into
fire.
round 5 here. Everyone's ripping and roaring and already pushing forward. Looks like we're going to get a more measured approach. Like I said before, we got a nice line here. Billy Brickwall already getting in contact with T-Pon. T-Pon coming out ahead, though, shooting over the top of that tank, using that cover to his advantage. Meanwhile, Vankin is going to sit right in between the lanes here, trying to get a sneaky peek or pick off an enemy pushing too far ahead. But it looks like the rest of the team, the defending team, is going to just go to their defensive positions and hold. 3 near objective, 1 in the center house here. And I think 1 on the tank? No idea where he is, but Squillis is pushing forward in the playground here. He's pushing forward, trying to see if he can get any picks here. Might catch out Vacant. Pushing forward here. Vacant should be able to hear this movement here as Squillis runs out, just checking and flanking really aggressively. Vacant looking the wrong way, but he turns around and catches Squillis, who didn't check around the corner there. Good shot and movement from Vacant, keeping his cool there.
Yeah, Captain Thickness now moving on lane 1 at the APC. He's getting awfully close to Whiplash. I don't think he saw him, but if either of them has a mic... Oh, there it is, and Whiplash... Maybe he heard him, I'm not sure, but he popped up and got Thickness right on the APC.
Meanwhile, Bionic takes out T-Pon over here in lane 4. Getting really aggressive. I'm seeing a lot of that from Hurricane. Really aggressive defenses, trying to push forward, press their luck, and try and get a lot of kills on a really, aggressive rampage.
Yeah, Vankant and T-Guardian Sniper, looks like they're about to see each other in the back of the middle house in lane 1. Oh, and then they just miss each other. Vacant was looking at that angle for several seconds and then decided to move on, which I think is just sort of an iron law of Onward that will happen to you constantly.
That is how it goes, right? Flash goes out from Yankee, signaling that maybe there's going to be a push here. Guardian Sniper is pushing up from the center house here, and he's going to come up on the side of Bionic, taking him out. Yankee was ready for him and gets that refrag there. So good work from him. Yet another human pushing up here just a tad, trying to catch Yankee off guard if he rushes around this corner. Looks like yet another human is going to be the aggressor here. He's got his SKS at the ready as he comes around the corner, but that long gun does give you away, and Yankee was able to come out ahead on that.
Yeah, it's all up to Whiplash hanging out in this front yard.
They know where he is now.
Yeah, Vacant. Oh, there it is. He picks him up as he rotates back.
Hi. Hey, Vacant. Tried to flash the casters. Rude. He threw it like right on my camera.
How inconsiderate.
So, a good round there. Hurricane definitely got really aggressive, and it almost worked for Squillis as he rushed around. He got a kill, and he kept moving around there, trying to get in behind the attacking team. But Vacant really did really well there, held his ground, and was able to take him out. And I think that was key to that round, as they were able to keep their line cohesive without getting shot in the back and continue their push.
It was interesting because it seemed like Hurricane was playing more offense than defense. They were pushing very aggressively, especially up the center. And Ghost Cell 6 just kind of held back. They had 2 people on lane 4 that weren't really doing anything for a good portion of the round until the very end. And they were just picking people off. So I think you see a lot more of that aggression at this level, which I think makes for some very entertaining casting at the very least.
Yeah, they're just they just want blood.
Yep.
You know, I can't blame them.
Mm-mm.
They just want to put the bullets in the enemy. Alrighty here. Round 6. Could be the decider if Ghost Cell takes the round. Hurricane's gonna have to put in work to finish them off here, or not finish them off, but take them out here, as they are the attackers and they do have a little bit more work than the defenders necessarily would, as the defender advantage definitely is present in this game.
Well, somebody called out, yeah, yet another human called out that somebody's in center house. They have some sense of where the defense is shaping up.
Whiplash with his shield, pushing lane 4 yet again. Yankee and Vacant are trying to get in a gunfight with him and T-Pon, but T-Pon comes out ahead. T-Pon is the gun arm of Whiplash, using that distraction of that shield in order to get those shots off. Vacant giving some good callouts as he's downed. Can't really be confirmed because he fell behind the Hesco. Meanwhile, lane 1, a big fight is going on. Captain Thickness comes out ahead. Squillis takes out Yankee as well. And Guardian Sniper, meanwhile, slowly but surely trying to sneak through the center house here, trying to get up on the Billy Brick wall. Meanwhile, Squillis finishes off Vacant. And the objective is in a worrying situation here, especially with a team kill going down and Billy Brickwall getting taken out by Guardian Sniper in the chaos.
Yeah, they don't have anybody in Playground right now. I'm kind of surprised they are pushing.
Happening.
Out.
Oh, but T-Pon shot him.
I could have shielded the cat.
So close.
You hate to see it, but it happens. It definitely happens.
Yeah, I mean, even at the highest levels, you'll see rounds where that happens. People are in the middle of capping, people don't signal it, and the last person goes down.
It takes a lot of, fortitude in order to give that signal, when you're like rushing up for a cap, and also to hold your fire when you see the enemy in your sights, and they might be looking back at you, and your first instinct is, hey, I need to defend myself. So there's definitely something that you have to really train in order to really take advantage of.
Indeed. And even then, you're never going to be perfect about it. It'll still happen occasionally. But really interesting, because I was just looking at the voting, the connoisseur voting for this match. Hurricane is favored 36-3 on that, but Ghost Cell 6 showing they are not to be underestimated.
Yeah, I've definitely played with a couple of these guys here and there. I think it's much closer than the connoisseur system says, like you were alluding to there, and I think we're gonna have a great set of matches here. And this is already shaping up to be really good with a 3-3 and a big decider round coming up.
Yeah, I think the connoisseur ratings are biased for a variety of reasons, but especially if one group has a little more name recognition than the other, then I think the voting tends to slant towards them, even if it's not justified, because Ghost Cell 6 are showing themselves to be an even match for Hurricane.
Yeah, they're definitely doing really well for themselves. They were down a member as well for one map, one round. So I definitely wouldn't count them out at all. Getting started here for the match decider. Or map decider? Match decider? Something?
Not quite the match decider.
Yeah, I guess so. There's too many terms, man. Too many terms.
Indeed.
I can only count to like 2.
I would argue this is one of the harder to defend objectives, too. It's very easy to encircle this one. I shouldn't say very easy, but easier to encircle this one.
At one point, I might have disagreed with you, but the amount of times people snuck on there and capped that bad boy, I do have a healthy respect for this objective.
I'm surprised you have a healthy respect for anything on Suburbia, but I'm glad to hear it.
Vacant here, getting a little risky here as he peeks around the corner. Squillis is ready for him and takes him out. Thickness trying to get a refrag with a frag grenade going over the building here a little bit too far, but was actually a great grenade if he was in that corner. Really good accuracy on that grenade throw. James would be proud.
Well, that's a common defensive spot too, so
yeah, I think it was a great idea there. He heard the shots coming from that direction, couldn't necessarily tell. Meanwhile, Billy throws a grenade that's much more like a mono throw. Every time you mess that one, he comes around the corner here. Guardian Sniper just a little bit too slow there on that uptake, but he might get him here. Squillis and Captain Thickness get into a trade. Thickness should be revived here.
Yeah, Billy Brickwall and T Guardian are just playing Ring Around the Rosie on his Esco.
Yeah. Oh, Billy comes out ahead there.
So 3v4 favoring Go Sell 6 on this map decider. And just like that, it goes to 3v3.
Good shot. Bionic Deadlock gets the refrag though on Whiplash. We got a nice look at this attack line here. We got a whole line and they had somebody going down pretty much every lane, just trying to get those picks, catch anybody out, especially when Whiplash took somebody out. They were able to get that refrag really quickly as they had eyes on pretty much every angle you could possibly have on Suburbia. Flash comes out perfectly onto T-Pon. The pre-fire rings out from his PKM. He doesn't have to worry about how many bullets he has left. Yankee coming around the corner here. He's going to have to worry about yet another human, but because he's prone, he's not going to be able to react quick enough. Yankee finishes or takes out and finishes T-Pon, and Billy Brickwall doesn't seem to be aware of that yet as the frag already comes out. Yet another human should be able to defend the objective here. But once he takes those shots, they're going to know exactly where he is. And just like that, he takes out Billy Brickwall, and everyone knows where he is now. Yankee finishes him off. Good refrag from him, and Go Sell 6 takes map 1.
Yeah, Go Sell 6, the connoisseur underdogs, take map 1. I wouldn't say it was dominant. It was a 4-3, but still. And they would take one more, and they will be a major upset in the connoisseur rating system. I know several people would be quite upset about that.
I'm not upset right now.
Yeah, for the record, I did not vote on this game, but I know many of the people who did.
Yeah, the connoisseur system's kind of funny that way. I think there's so much bandwagoning going on. It's just like, oh, everyone's voting for this team, I better vote too.
Exactly. And there's nothing sweeter as a connoisseur than calling a game that everybody else is voting the opposite way and winning it. When you're one of the 5 versus a 40v5. That's
definitely
fantastic.
feel good for yourself, huh?
Yeah. Give
So
yourself a
map
nice
2.
pat back.
Subway! I love this
Yes.
map. This is a great one. This is a map that if you know how to play it and the other team doesn't, you can really, really dominate. So we're gonna see just how much practice both of these teams have put onto some of the least played maps, I'd say, in the VRML Subway.
Yeah, I was looking up the stats the other day, and Suburbia is the #1 played map in the VRML right now. So, not surprised that we played that one, but I'm glad it's out of the way. We can now get into Subway, which, as you said, is not played nearly as much.
I love this map. It's one of the better ones.
Yeah. It's interesting though. I'm flying around the map. I don't see an objective.
Yeah, me neither.
So we will see. We will see what it is. You know, I know we both have our fingers crossed for the North Stairway.
It's not that
really.
One. I checked that one first. Joke's on you. It's assault now.
Oh god, don't even joke about that.
I don't think there is an objective yet.
That's what I mean. I'm going around to all the potential objective spots at this point. I don't see an objective anywhere, so I think the game is just waiting for an objective for some reason, but we will find out. Hopefully they press the go button, we'll get an objective.
All right, so the first objective is going to be in the XXX shop. Wonder what they sell there. It's private.
So I just got a message from one of the captains. They say there's no objective on their map either.
Okay, are they going to remake? Let's jump into a quick intermission, guys. We're gonna, one way or another, we're gonna get this sorted, and we'll be right back at it. Welcome back, everybody. We made the lobby here. We now have an objective. Thank the Onward gods. And we're going to go ahead and get started here on this basement objective. This one's a hard one to attack. It's very defendable. They either have to go down those stairs and get their legs shot off, or go through this tunnel here and run into these really, really close choke points. Sorry. And with C4 being back in the league, we could see some explosive results.
It's here all night, folks. Whiplash moving into the tunnel, about to face off against Captain Thickness. He does have 2 players behind him. See if Captain Thickness displays that same discipline he had last time he faced a shield.
Hiding in the darkness. Comes around the corner in the open. Whiplash definitely sees them. They're both just staring at each other. Captain Thickness runs around the corner, takes him out, but T-Pon was able to come and get that refrag onto Captain Thickness. The defender should be aware of this breach of security coming from the tunnels area. Vacant, sitting nice and prone maybe at the end here. Yeah, sitting prone at the end of the tunnel here, hoping to catch anybody that rushes out and exposes themselves too much. Meanwhile, they got 2 defenders upstairs, Billy Brickwall and Bionic, upstairs trying to catch anybody out that tries to go to the mid-platform area. Oh, actually, Billy Brickwall came back down the stairs here. T-Pon choosing his options carefully here. Not quite sure if he should breach around this corner. Yet another human pushing up to support him. When they come out, they can come out in force here. Squillis downs Billy Brickwall as he got a little aggressive going up the stairs there. Guardian Sniper, or Bionic Deadlock, just shooting out from the gunfire. Bionic going down, most likely T-Pon taking out Vacant. Bionic taking out Guardian Sniper. Squillis currently forced to go prone in the train tracks area as Bionic's fire just kept his head low with all that suppressing action he was doing earlier.
So the problem here is that Yankee is the only living defender on objective. If he goes down, Bionic Deadlock is going to have to sprint and get down those stairs to prevent a cap.
Looks like Bionic is trying to reposition here, at least enough to try and catch Squillis out from a different position. Meanwhile, Yankee doing his best to defend this all by himself on the Fizzy Coke machine. He's taken out by a nice shot from T-Pon. Vacant is still... Oh, but Hurricane takes the round. Good attack from Hurricane. Very measured. They did their game plan and they stuck to it. They had a 3 going down the basement stairs. They pushed it. They were able to take out the lone defender in the basement itself and then slowly push out, just slowly taking people out one by one, just, you know, taking their time to do so. And their middle platform people were able to fight and keep them distracted above board until it was, you know, just in time so they could get near the objective, and, you know, they took him out. Worked out really well.
Yep, that was a good offensive round for Hurricane. Which is surprising because this is the objective that is, in my opinion, one of the easier ones to defend. I mean, it's not, none of the objectives in Onward are quote-unquote easy to defend, but there are certainly gradations of difficulty involved. And this is one of the ones where if you just kind of stay tight to it, you should be able to deal with people coming down into the basement.
This might show that, as Hurricane's pick, this might be one that they've been practicing and Ghost Cell 6 have not.
Certainly true. Certainly possible, I should say.
Got some jumps being handed out for Ghost Cell 6 here, trying to get all the DACA. Looks like they're going to favor a mid-platform approach for the most part. They do have 2 members going in the basement. We'll have to check up on them a little bit later here. Meanwhile, the rest of the attackers looks like they're going to mostly go down North Alley, one going maybe Horseshoe area here.
And the defense getting very, Very aggressive. T-Guardian Sniper is in the red room. He's about to see Billy Brickwall come around the corner.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm with you here. Yeah, and he tried to fire just a little bit too soon here. Billy Brickwall comes around the corner, trying to get some... throws a utility around the corner, but Guardian Sniper catches him out there. Doesn't get hit by the utility either, so really good move by him. Meanwhile, Thickness has pushed down the other side of the tunnel there, taking out one of the defenders, and yet another human. Really interesting prone position here, looking over or through the box crack here and kind of rotating between that and going prone. Guardian Sniper takes out Thickness and kills him. Kill. It sounds so brutal when you say it that way. So brutal.
He incapacitates him and then stops his breathing. There, that's a little more humane sounding.
Barely. Please, no, no, no. He smothers him with a pillow, folks.
Yeah, so that was a very interesting exchange in the tunnels. I think Billy got a little spicy triple peeking that corner, and then he got caught while he's throwing the grenade. But also surprised that it worked so well for the defense, because having defenders pushed out that far can really backfire on this objective.
Right. It did work out for them, though, and now it's all up to the mid-platform push. See how well it can do. Doesn't look like we're going to see any rotations here. There's 3 minutes left in the round, so we definitely could see them if they did want to do that rotate. But with one player or two players approaching one and one approaching the other, we could see a nice synchronized push. The flash goes out, flashing anybody watching directly on the stairs here. Vacant and Bionic going down same time, watching different angles here. Very tactical looking. T-Pawn's going to pop around this corner, have to face both of them, but Bionic was ready. Takes him out, and that's the breach they needed to come around this corner. Whiplash is going to have to defend this solo now, as yet another human's really far off from the objective, and he has a good start out of it, taking out Bionic Deadlock. Vacant struggling to find him, as... he's pretty tough to see here as he's going prone behind these blue pillars here. Vacant pretty much has to commit to this, though, as coming down the stairs again would be really difficult. Yankee pushing from the other side, though.
T-Guardian Sniper just missed him. Oh.
Whiplash. He's going to have Whiplash from the speed at which he's going prone, standing up and defending himself. Vacant takes him out, and then Whiplash gets flashed for his trouble. Yet another human. Team kills Guardian Sniper and Vacant, and yet another human are going to be facing off here for all the marbles.
Dropped his weapon there for a moment. That could have been critical.
Confirm goes out, but he knows where Vacant is. Vacant's going to try and go for a cap there. Oh, but just sticking out just too much. Yet another human able to take him out. That was a pretty interesting cap attempt there. If it got it off, that would be really, really awesome.
I think if his eyes had not been covered by an NVG unit, you would have seen the greed for the cap in them, because that was a little ambitious when you know there's somebody right around the corner. I mean, hats off to him. If he had capped that would have been incredible, but really pushing your luck when you know there's somebody, maybe 30 yards away from you. And that's, those pillars are pretty easy to stick out from. Yeah, just didn't work out for him that time, unfortunately.
Yeah, these Marsoc players, or their models anyway, need to go to the gym. They stick out quite a bit. It's honestly, when you're sitting behind those pillars or just any kind of cover in this game, you feel like you're not sticking out very much, but in reality, your character model feels really, really wide. I don't know if it's just me, especially when you're like crouched and your butt sticks out. Man, it's like you're bending over constantly.
Indeed, your character model has way more junk in the trunk than you're expecting. So something to keep in mind if you're trying to hide behind a pillar.
Let's jump into round 3 here. Hurricane doing really well for themselves, 2-0. A mirror of Suburbia when Ghost Cell 6 had 2-0 as well. So let's see if we can see the same kind of comeback, or if Hurricane's going to run away with this map and make Ghost Cell 6 fight it out for map 3.
It looks like Bionic Deadlock is prone at the base of the north stairs, and Squillis is looking to explore that area. I don't know if he's going to go all the way through. He's taking his time now. But if he pushes out there, Bionic Deadlock will have the superior angle on him.
I'm going to check out the other angles here, see how they're doing. T-Pon and another human have breached the south stairs in the meantime. No defenders watching it directly, so they are going to be able to do that, no problem. Captain Thickness, though, in a good position to try and catch them out once they move up. They do call out and identify this push on the south. So really good work there. Captain Thickness is going to have to do really well for himself to take out 2 members, but he's in a great position to do so. Meanwhile, Billy Brickwell pushes down the stairs here, taking out Guardian Sniper. Whiplash, unsure if he should continue this push or just watch and try and see if he can catch Billy Brickwell on an aggressive defensive rotation there. C4 goes off. And Billy Brickwell, here we go. Here it goes. Comes around the corner, taking out Whiplash. The shield wasn't able to save him there. Really accurate and precise fire from Billy Brickwell.
Hey, look down the rail, dude. Is that a teammate, dude?
Squillis is moving down the north stairs now. Oh, Bionic Deadlock has moved away. So that confrontation is off the table. Doesn't look like there's quite a bit of space now between the defenders and the offensive players.
Squillis looked like a frog when he went down the stairs.
Yeah, that's quite a spider crab he's got going on. And Bionic Deadlock is, because he's no longer watching that north, the north is more or less open. Although now, of course, as I've said that, he has spun around and now has the laser on those turnstiles. I think Squillis is about to get picked if he continues at this pace.
In fact, Vacant's going to catch him first, shooting under these kind of like chairs that they have in the middle of the platform. Really good shot and high from him. Epon's going to try and get a refrag with the grenade, but just falls just a little too short there. Vacant will be able to live, and they have a great defensive angle. Billy Brickwall watching Vacant's corner, and Vacant just watching out for any attackers coming from the north. Yankee downs yet another human in the south here, and with that, it's just up to T-Pon, who is kind of close to the objective, but at the same time is just so far away, with all 5 Ghost Cell defenders still alive and defending this objective, and he just can't do it. Yankee is able to take him out, and Hurricane is eliminated, and Ghost Cell 6 takes the round.
A commanding defense, if I've ever seen one. All 5 defenders up, and they just picked those offensive players off one by one.
Yeah, when you become like the last member and all of the defenders are still alive, it gets so difficult. As soon as you shoot, they all know where you are. They're all going to be aiming for you, especially if the kill count is accurate. So really good try from T-Pon there. But Ghost Cell 6 did a very good job defending that objective. They had all the angles covered.
It's just such a hard objective to deal with, because first of all, your coordination has to be fantastic. You have to time it very well so you're occupying multiple angles. And you have to do that because in order to reach the objective, you have to go out in the open. I guess you can come up through the tunnels behind objective, but that's usually being watched pretty closely, as it was last round. And if you're going to take any other angles, you have to expose yourself. So if you're going to do that, you better make sure that everybody is on the same page. And I don't know, even players at the much higher levels of this game have a hard time dealing with that particular dynamic on this objective.
For sure. And like I've said before, and as we saw earlier, C4 is allowed in the VRML now. It has been made illegal from this week forward. So do be prepared for that. Those really aggressive pushes aren't going to work nearly as well as before, as you might just get blown up.
Indeed. You might get exploded.
Exploded. Let's see what Ghost Cell 6 has to say about this attack.
You didn't agree
Give me your drum.
No, didn't Cap say he sit there?
Cry, baby.
Did they just call me crybaby? My feelings.
I'm not going that way.
Alrighty, looks like we're going to get a 3-man push going through the basement here. 2 members are going to go topside here, try to provide some distraction and fire from different angles here, both going north wall, or north, whatever you want to call it, north street. Captain Thickness pushing up here in the basement, pushing past the stairs. Looks like they're going to try and go for the basement.
Oh, yeah, Captain Thickness just got picked up. He ran past that doorway, and yet another human was watching down. He did not check the corner. Ooh, but Yankee immediately...
He found himself in a bad neighborhood. It's taken out around the corner there. Good move pushing out there. A little aggressive, but he did take out Captain Thickness. Called out on his radio, but then gets taken out there right at the end. Meanwhile, Yankee and Brickwall are going to continue their original plan. They're going to continue going for the basement area. T-Pon should be able to hear their movement from above, and Guardian Sniper is in a great position to try to defend them, defend the middle stairs if they choose to peek them. Meanwhile, Bionic Deadlock and Vacant have made it down the stairs in the north and are starting their breach forward now, and there's not that much defense to hold them back on their approach.
Yeah, I just want to point out as well that Hurricane had a drop, so they are defending with 1 person down. They are technically at 3, even though the count says they're at 4.
Interesting. He just rejoined, but it's too late now. He will not be present for this round as the round has already started and there is no respawns in the uplink game mode that is played in the VRML. It's all or nothing.
Billy Brickwall peeking his head from the basement stairs south side. Has not been spotted yet by T-Guardian Sniper, but T-Guardian is going to know he's there since he's throwing a grenade.
What do you have against Titans, Billy Brickwall?
Specifically maps.
He only likes brick walls. Getting a gunfight with Squillis. Trade comes out. Both members taken out, but Squillis is only downed. He's in a great position for call out. Vacant downs Yankee. Should be able to get that revive. It's definitely tough when they're peeking and all you can see is their head from the stairs there. Definitely know that one well. Wookie. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Gotta laugh so you don't cry.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Yankee now trying to give call-outs. Bionic Deadlock could get the res here, but
ooh.
Vacant gets picked off. Nice shot by T-Guardian Sniper, earning his name. And Yankee in a position to get rezzed, and Bionic is making his way there, but he needs to be very careful because if he stands too tall, they will catch him.
That's why he's going prone. He's putting the least amount of his body out, but Guardian Sniper isn't actually looking at this point. He went for the revive, getting Squillis, bringing back their number up to 3. And this does give Bionic somewhat of a movement forward, but Guardian Sniper was able to see him moving across the floor there, going to Yankee, and they're able to take another point.
All right, now we go to one of our mutual favorites, Chinatown.
It's not stairs though.
I know it's not North Stairs. I agree, but it's still a good objective. Many fond memories of Chinatown, both offense and defense. But
my memories of this objective are mostly dying.
I think that's your memory of most objectives. Ooh. But anyway, Go Cell 6 has to defend this because this is map point, and this would take us to a tiebreaker if they can't defend it.
Looks like they forgot their night vision. Unfortunate. Doesn't look like we're going to get a reset, though, so we're going to play this bad boy out. Round 5. see how this one plays out. You should be able to play this one without night vision though, especially depending on which angle you end up watching. There's quite a bit of light. The south attack has already breached and made it up. No defenders are going to push aggressively onto this side here, so T-Pawn and Whiplash will be able to continue their push unopposed. But meanwhile, in the north, they're pushing very aggressively, trying to go up the stairs here, and Vacant at the very top of the stairs might be able to catch him out, take shots, wings yet another human, and Guardian Sniper here from this prone around the corner trying to get the angle, but he's just a little bit not exposed enough for him to see there.
Whiplash and T-Pawn making their way down the south alley.
Flash goes out trying to catch Vacant, but I think it's just a little bit too soon here. Guardian downs himself there from the prone. Unfortunate, because Vacant takes out another human and finishes off Guardian Sniper. Meanwhile, here in the south, Whiplash, T-Pawn coming around the corner here. He's got the shield. Bionic was in the middle of a rotation there. Tries to get the suppress and move, but not enough, as T-Pawn was able to come around the corner and take out Bionic. Captain Thickness, though, in a great position to try and catch someone out. The shield, though, is going to be invaluable to give them the intel they need on this approach. T-Pawn taking out Yankee.
One right to the left. Right in time.
Thickness coming around the corner here, trying to take out the shield. Couldn't quite do it. Refocuses on the T-Pawn, the real threat in this scenario. But it was too late, and T-Pawn was able to take him out.
Yeah, that sort of age-old rule in Onward is don't focus on the shield, focus on the rifleman behind him. Really speaking volumes right now, because they had an advantage, and now it's down to 2v2. Again, map-deciding round.
They're in a great position here. Whiplash with a really great frag onto Vacant, able to down him and bring the threats down to just Billy Brick Wall. And Whiplash is just capping, though. He's capping, and he's around the corner. Billy Brickwell is able to take out T-Pawn. Will Whiplash be able to get the point off in time? But he gets a little scared. They're pulling his pistol. Vacant is down and giving good information here. Billy Brickwell should be able to come around the corner here. And, oh, he's going to get really aggressive here with his pistol, trying to take him out. This is tense. Looks like he's going for a cap, but he comes around the corner here. Whiplash was able to pull around, but not long enough as Billy Brickwell comes around the corner and is able to take him. Good move.
Yeah, that was because he kept kind of changing into that capping mode. He wasn't quite sure what to do, and then he popped around the corner without the shield and only pistol. That was ballsy, to say the least. Just didn't work out. But man, he and T-Pawn were just a two-person wrecking crew in the south. I think it was what, 2v4, and they were just picking people off one by one until it was a 1v1 at the very end.
I think there was at least two distinct situations where the shield was focused on as they came around the corners, you know, the first enemy they saw, and that like short bit of time right there gave T-Pawn all the opportunity to take an engagement where the defenders couldn't you know, shoot right back at them at the same time, and you know, you didn't have to risk a trade then.
Exactly. Yep, if you see a shield, just give it some space and work an angle on them. Get your teammates involved if they're there, but charging them face on is usually a bad idea in my experience.
Did a great job there, just waiting for them to come around the corner, though. Used that shock and awe of the shield, because they weren't necessarily aware that he was there in both, I think, both cases. Otherwise, we might have seen more utility use from the defenders. Frags are very powerful and really effective against shields. C4 as well now, as that is now available.
What was interesting in that last round is I saw Billy Brickwall with C4, but I don't think it got deployed.
Unfortunate. He was kind of in a bad place to use it. Although C4 around the corner there at the end would have been a safe way to take out the enemy. But meanwhile, in the north side of the map here, Bionic getting a little greedy there, pumping around the corner, and Vacant trying to get the refrag, and T-Pawn takes out both in a very convincing defensive play.
And before even a minute passed on the clock, Squillis on top of the garbage can. Wow,
I did not know that was possible.
that makes two of us. I don't think I've ever seen that before. In all my time playing Onward, that is a new position to me.
Huh. He's ready for anyone, and they're probably not ready for him. Meanwhile, Yankee coming up from the horseshoe area here, checking his corners, making sure there's no defenders flanking around him, and he's going to have to face off with Squillis. Whiplash, meanwhile, takes out Billy Brickwall as he breaches around the corner here. Whiplash, hearing another movement here, tries to frag him, but Captain Thickness, you heard that too.
Yeah.
Squillis, meanwhile, takes out Yankee as he pushed from the stairs there, and now it's just up to Captain Thickness, who is all by himself. No reses available. Gonna have to take out 4 tight defenders on the objective. He's got the drum, though.
Yeah, I mean, the best he could hope for is that they get over-aggressive and start coming one by one towards him, but it looks like they are not going to do that.
Nice move from Captain Thickness, taking out yet another human here. He's going to try and pop around the corner, but Guardian, in his signature prone gameplay, prone defending, is able to take him out there.
Hold on. We're to a tiebreaker now.
Sorry about that, guys. Just left the overlay up once. You guys weren't interested in watching it, though, anyways, right?
Only a potential map point. We don't need to see that.
It always happens. I'm so... Okay. I'm just so excited to see how it goes down, you know? That... Just forget it. I just forget it.
This is just master level excuse making right here, ladies and gentlemen. Take notes.
I'm crying.
And all right, we go to your second favorite map now.
Here we go. Destruction, the completion of creation. It's Cargo. Good old Cargo.
It is Cargo.
I suppose I should give them the point there. Oops. There we go. So, 1-1. Either team could take this. It's Cargo. It's a great map for a lot of these really CQB style players to battle it out and really put the hurt on the enemy team there with these aggressive plays or even more measured plays, and you kind of see both out of this map.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to Suburbia in the sense that you face off and you're both going to be looking right at each other, and there's not that much lateral movement that's going to happen. You're just going to end up facing each other, which, again, I think a lot of newer players, especially players that are used to playing games like, I don't know, Call of Duty or Quake or anything like that, aging myself with that one. But, you know, those are games where the impetus is on speed and accuracy and that sort of thing, and a lot less on angles. So it's not surprising to me that newer teams kind of favor both Suburbia and Cargo. And it makes for some spicy matches because it does in many cases come down to who's faster, who can really seize the initiative and get in the other team's face and kind of break them down mentally more than anything.
Definitely. You see some really aggressive pushes on this map. You see a lot of utility, a lot of flash, a lot of, you know, C4, counter C4 that we might be seeing in this one. So we're going to see how this one plays out and see how it ends up. We're going to jump right into round 1 here.
Drums being passed around on Marsoc.
They're definitely, these newer teams are very good about getting as much utility passed out, especially those drums, as they can. They really do value all that suppressive fire that it can offer your team. Squillis and Yankee getting a confrontation here. Yankee just coming around the corner just in time to not get his head taken off. Squillis rotates around trying to take him out, but pushes forward a little too much as Yankee's team was able to support him and cause a distraction enough for Yankee to come out ahead there. Squillis is only down, though, as he's inside the wall here. Looks painful. Looks painful. But Yankee pushing really far ahead. Worried about the barrels. A very common defense spot. Nobody there this time, though. T-Pawn and Guardian Sniper, if they have their ears peeled, they might hear Yankee moving around. Squillis using his last breath to give one last call out for his team. Going to be very good for them, so they know that that push is coming. Frags coming around, these long frags trying to catch out these defenders. Guardian Sniper was taken out by Billy Brickwall on a nice long shot down into that back area. Vacant able to take out yet another human. Captain Thickness pushing forward aggressively, taking out Whiplash. Well under fire from T-Pawn. T-Pawn is going to have to be pretty aggressive on his defense if he's going to stop this cap from happening. Yankee, meanwhile, trying to come into his building. The flash comes out, but Yankee, with the flash, was able to take him out there.
Wow, Go Cell 6 taking that round with all 5 up on offense. You don't see that very often on Cargo.
It was pretty interesting. I'm surprised that some of them lived as they were running through fire while engaging somebody else.
Sometimes just that little touch of extra hyper aggro is enough to make the difference. I think they just were so in their face. Hurricane was not ready for it. Especially on that objective. I mean, this is one of the more defendable objectives. In fact, I would argue it is the most defendable objective on this map. And to have an offense win with 5 up, that is pretty unusual in my experience.
Yeah, we've been playing, not really like slow maps or anything, but there's been a little bit more cautious play from both of these teams. But going into this round 1 and just throwing it all against the wall, putting all your aggression out there, and could really catch a team off guard. And that's what's really great about these teams that are able to shift between a cautious play style and aggressive play style on a whim to keep the defenders guessing at what you could possibly be doing each and every round. All right, round 2 here. Free fire already happening here, trying to stop them. The flash or flare comes out, trying to blind anybody defending in that back alley, but it wasn't quite on point there. Whiplash and T-Pawn moving up through the tunnel slow but surely. Squillis shoots Guardian and then finishes him off, and yet another human's just like, oh, unfortunate.
I only laugh because I've done the same thing.
Yeah.
Not laughing at them, just more like laugh so you don't cry kind of situation. That sucks.
Laughing with the dead guy?
Yes. Okay. Whiplash and T-Pawn now coming through the tunnel with the shield and LMG combo.
So he can peek this corner with the shield without exposing himself too much. He catches the defender waiting in that crack there. He's going to be able to tell his friendly exactly where he is. The flash comes out, but the shield will defend from that if facing the flash, which he did. Yankee taking out Squillis, getting very aggressive here, coming around the back, trying to go in the back of the tunnel, and he should be able to catch all 3 of them here. If he's quickly here, here he comes. Yankee coming around the corner, taking out the shield. Both of these players stuck in the corner here. He's got to get that reload in. T-Pawn doesn't seem to be really aware that that's coming. He takes out T-Pawn, and now it's just up to yet another human and Yankee to battle this one out.
Yeah, yet another human is trapped. He has nowhere to go. If he leaves that position and goes out in the open, he has lasers on his spot.
Oh, but he takes out Billy Brickwall, and then Yankee.
Wow. Fighting his way out with the LMG. As a support player myself, it warms my heart that he didn't have to reload for that. And
nice.
Now he is rushing into the center. Lots of attention on his position, though, and Bacon should catch him. Yeah.
How much time was left on the clock there?
I did not look. I was a little too focused there.
I kind of think that there was like 2 minutes at the very least.
Yeah, just, you know, there's time dilation on Cargo. Makes 10 seconds feel like 5 minutes. I thought for sure that was going to be a 5-up win because they had him hemmed in so well in that spot. And he came out guns blazing and took 2 of them. But still, Cell 6 is kind of running away with this. It's not over. Hurricane could very well come back. But this is not a good start for Hurricane on this map. And this is the map, I should say, match decider.
Right, yeah, this could go either way for either of these teams, but this is kind of how it's gone all night here. One team going up 2-0, looking very, very dominating, but then it evens out, and you know, neither team willing to let the other one just run away with it unopposed. So we should see a comeback if the trend stays true. Getting a little feisty with handing out the drums there. I just heard a little bit of snippet there from the back. Alrighty, Whiplash, yet another human. Look like they're going to be pushing. One going through the tunnel there. Looks like he's just going to go prone there, try and catch anybody peeking in the tunnel. Captain Thickness and Billy Brickwell trying to catch another human out, but he's looking under the door here. Very sneaky. Meanwhile, T-Pon took out one of the defenders here. I didn't quite catch the name. My bad there. Yankee taken out by Guardian Sniper. Shooting prone through the back of this wall here. Captain Thickness downs yet another human. Very nice shot under the door there. Guardian Sniper turns around to try and defend his backside there. And Billy Brickwell headshots him. Very good shot, Billy Brickwell. Billy Brickwell then goes on to make up for his error by shooting Whiplash in the face. He's going to come around at the backside of this exit. They're not necessarily ready for it, taking out T-Pon. And if he looks around the corner, he should be able to confirm yet another human. But it looks like we might get a confrontation between Guardian Sniper and Billy Brickwell. The revive goes off. Let's jump onto Billy Brickwell and see how this round plays out here. He's going to use this 3 minutes and 44 seconds to his advantage. He's going to rotate around, try and get different positions, use as much utility as he can there. Frag goes out just a little bit too late, or too little of a, or too much of a timer, I should say, to take him out. But it was a good try there. Billy Brickwell's going to come around the corner here, trade with Squillis, and Hurricane gets their first point for this map.
Yeah, good defense. And now Cell 6 has an uphill battle on this particular objective, the Diabolical Diamond, the Diamond of Death, Diamond of Destruction, the Dorito Diamond, whatever you want to call it. Just throw some D's on there. This is, although it is easier now that you don't have smokes, because as I know we have both experienced, the meta used to be just dump a bunch of smokes on there, fire a bunch of LMG rounds down the middle, and rush through one side to get a cap. Much harder to do that now.
Yeah.
Still a challenging objective to defend regardless.
Very capable for either of those different play styles. But like you said, I think it favors the aggressive play style a little bit more. And both of these teams have shown that they do, know how to play that aggressive style. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see that coming in for this round. And this was one of those objectives where if you can convincingly take the objective and any of the defenders choose to take a more far off defensive point, aren't right on objective, then you might see a cap.
Yeah, and it looks like Hurricane has a drop. I'll give this a few seconds before we make any kind of intermission decision, but they have continued to have drops on their side. I don't know if it's a technical issue, and they're just, wow, they're just going to play it.
Or yeah, I think they were just stopping the time. No, there he's back. It's back. This bus don't stop. Okay, maybe it does. Or we have to catch them up on any last minute plans there before they jump right into the round. Definitely one that you want everyone to be aware of what they're going to be doing, especially if they're going to do a very nice timed coordinated attack. What way do you think it's going to go, Theta? The calm measured or the aggressive timed or whatever you want to call it.
The way that these teams have been playing tonight, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's likely to be aggressive.
Alrighty. I'm not going to vote against you on that one. And here we go. It's about to start up here. Everyone is pushing up against the berry here. We got the shield again. Whiplash's signature. We got the flare pistol shooting right on the objective. That actually might be relevant here.
Yeah, that hit the rafters and then fell almost directly on the objective. It ended up on top of a container, but still an interesting shot.
T-Pon takes out Billy Brickwell with his big old gun. Vacant taking out yet another human from the flank. He's in a great position to defend against this push, as everyone's going to have to run by him, and no one's in a position to attack his position directly. Willis trying to run across the street here. Bacon not quite able to catch him out. Guardian Sniper and Thickness do trade with each other. Whiplash downs Yankee. Squillis finishes, or downs Bacon, opening up this movement for his team to push forward, and they're dangerously close to the objective, and Bionic is very, very far off the objective here. Squillis is going to check all these corners, try to make sure it's safe. He's got his tablet out. He's a little bit too far now, but we're going to see a cap come out any moment now if Bionic doesn't come out, and there we go. The cap happens, and Hurricane suddenly goes up 2 points.
Wow. Yeah, it was 2-0, then 2-1, then 2-3. Hurricane not out of it by a long shot. And now Go Cell 6 has to attack. Otherwise, if they don't make this happen, this is match for Hurricane. And I'm sure all the connoisseurs will be rejoicing if that is the outcome.
That's what's important, right?
Mm-hmm. All that matters now is connoisseur ratings. This is just a fact. It's just science.
That sweet reputation on the line. You gotta, you know, really flaunt it too. If you're doing really well, you have to be like, oh, I'm number 2 connoisseur. Yes.
Well, when you say that, you have to adjust your monocle and put your pinky in the air. Mandatory.
Alrighty, looks like we're gonna just jump right into the next one. This is also a very capable objective. These teams have too much fun in the start period.
Oh wow! And both teams had somebody drop, so it's going to be a 4v4 for this round.
T-Pon in a great position to catch up Bionic once he gets up, but yet another human with a very nice shot, taking him out with his SKS. The signature SKS. Doesn't matter what map it is, what range it is, SKS.
I saw that he was using an SKS on Subway too. It kind of blew my mind.
Yankee gets a nice shot into Squillis, who was peeking pretty aggressively on the barrels. One member down for both of these teams, evened up in 3v3. Yet another human taking this opportunity to push really far forward onto Captain Thickness. Neither player able to come out ahead as...
Oh, did not check that corner.
Oh, he gets taken out by T-Pon. Yet another human takes off Captain Thickness. The shield didn't work out for him in this case here. He can't finish him. I think he gave up because he was just sick of the pistol not killing him.
It's funny. It didn't say that he was killed by a weapon. It just said kill. So
I think he gave up. Yeah, I think he's just like, oh my god, I'm just gonna give up. Okay, I'm gonna do you a favor.
Guide and nihilism, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so 3 Hurricane to 1 Go Cell 6 member. Can he pull this out? Definitely, he's got a lot of time to use in order to get these rotations in. You can try and get these picks, rotate. Use all the time and the map to his advantage. This is what we need to see if he's going to come out ahead here. He needs to use all the tools available to him to come out ahead against 3 enemy members.
Well, technically it's only 2. It says 3.
Oh, does it?
Oh, never mind. I was wrong.
Yeah. Well, yet another human was doing yet another flank around the back. Billy Brickwall was ready for that and is able to take him out. And because it was so far back in the map, no one was really able to get a meaningful rotation onto that engagement. And Billy Brickwall is free to continue to keep pushing around and probing the defense.
Yeah, on cargo, 2.5 minutes is practically an infinity. So he can just, like you said, pop around, figure out where the defenders are. 2v1 is not impossible. Whiplash and T-Pon playing it smart, just very disciplined defense, staying on the objective and not taking risks, since this is match point if they win.
Yeah, Whiplash just kind of watching the back here. They're just going to let T-Pon guard most of the front areas, and if he is able to defend that, then they pretty much have all the angles covered. Billy Brickwell slowly moving forward here, going through the tunnel here, and I think T-Pon heard him as he turns around and has his gun aimed on the tunnel entrance here, and we'll see how this plays out here. The kill count might be a little off as well, but here we go. The peak happens. T-Pon is able to take out Billy Brickwall, and Hurricane is able to take the round. What were they saying there at the end?
I'm not sure. I think it's one of those like deep fried meta dank memes that old folks like me don't understand.
I don't get it either. I must be getting old.
Indeed. Well, Hurricane takes it, and the connoisseurs rejoice. Their ratings are intact.
Do I hear that? Do I hear some? Yay! It's our connoisseur rating. We did it. Good
They're
job.
popping champagne as we speak. But Go Cell 6 has nothing to be ashamed of. They played very well, especially on that first map, which they came out and pretty much dominated Suburbia. Or not dominated, but they did a very good job coming back from a deficit, and fairly close on Subway 2. Almost had it on this map. I think a couple of key moments that turned against them, but other than that, they played a very solid game for such a new team.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more of them. I didn't know them before this match, but I'm definitely excited to watch their plays in the future. Going forward here, we have the rest of this week, right? And then it's the whatever it's called, right? The round robin. Am I right?
Indeed.
Right.
Yep.
I'm right.
This is the last week of the regular season. So after Sunday, it's all going to be for the closed qualifier the next week. And for any teams that are in the semis already by being in the top 7, that will be a bye week for them. And then the following week, we're going to start having finals.
The finals. Do we have any upcoming matches, Theta?
We do. Let's see. So on Thursday, so tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, we have Rome versus Animal House. That's being casted by Nightfire. And on Friday at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. EST, there's going to be Aimless Gaming versus Dark Matter, which is one of the more anticipated matches for the week. And that will be casted by both Nightfire and myself.
So we got some good games coming up. Wouldn't be surprised to see a couple more picked up at the last minute as well from our casting team. So definitely tune in to watch those guys. They should be some really exciting gameplay, especially at the end of the season here when some of these teams may or may not make it into the guaranteed finals, being in the top 7 based on these wins and losses here. So definitely do check those out. There's a lot on the line there. And it should be fun as well, just being at the end of the season too, before we jump into the finals and then the off season. But this has been Go Cell 6 versus Hurricane, brought to you by myself, Monorchid, and my co-caster Theta. We would like to thank the VR Master League for providing this format, to our moderators and our sponsors, and especially to you guys. Thanks for showing up. We do appreciate that. And that will be that. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
See you later.